Hi. So today's an exciting day because I finally have all of the parts and pieces that I need to put together this over cab storage space. And I guess I just want to talk about this a little bit. A lot of people who have this generation of Transit Connect will leave the headliner in and then just extend the shelf that's in there already back above the seats. And I obviously chose not to do that. And I did that because by building it myself, I was able to lower the shelf just a little bit. And I also extended it back past the B pillar here by, I don't know, maybe 8 inches. And it doesn't seem like a lot, but by extending it back and down, I've really gained a lot of storage space back here. And this is where I intend to keep my sleeping bag, backpacks, tents, etc., just all my soft goods, jackets. And so having a really big space was important to me. So I guess just to talk a little bit about how I'm putting this together, I had screwed a piece of wood along the front just above the windshield, right? And then ran support braces back to this sort of frame here. And this is sort of my DIY bulkhead. So a lot of the framing was already here for this, so it all worked out pretty well. And then I just built up a little opening so I can attach a door to this space. And then I've cut out what I'm calling like a wooden headliner that goes all underneath here and will just screw on underneath these ribs. And then once I get that screwed on, I'm just gonna line the inside with stretch carpet. So just to give it a nice finish, and that'll cover up all these wires and holes and what have you, so nothing snags. And yeah, I guess that's it. Time to put it together. So we didn't quite get the stretch carpet put in today, but that's okay. When I put this panel up, there are a bunch of light gaps towards the front of the shelf, and so I just stuffed weed barrier as like a cheap material, just stuffed weed barrier in those gaps so that when I do spray adhesive in here, it doesn't rain down on the dashboard. And then there are a bunch of exposed wires, like up there on the right, I have the wires for my solar panels, and it just felt wrong to spray adhesive on those. So I covered those up with weed barrier also. So I think we're ready for the stretch carpet. And then right here, I have a little cover for the dome light. Sacrificed a little space for that. Had I planned better, not put this support beam right here, I would have been able to actually keep the correct orientation for the dome light, but oh well, lesson learned. And then this is the microphone for the Ford sync system, and that'll just get covered up by the stretch carpet. Okay, I think I'm ready to call the overhead storage done, in quotes. Unfortunately, this door is going to have to be rebuilt because once I put my ceiling in, it's going to interfere. So we're going to call it a rough draft, but I'm really happy with how all this turned out. I have tons of space up here. This is my sleeping bag, and as you can see, it's quite large, and there's plenty of room for it. I've got some boots up here, and I just threw a bunch of stuff up here to try to test fit how much stuff I can get up here. And I've got a 70-liter backpack up here, a rope, a tent, and there's room for even more. So the stretch carpet, I will admit that my stretch carpet job is not pretty at all. But it's basically just a storage closet, and I'm never going to see it, so I'm totally fine with how it turned out. It's really tricky to get this stuff right, and basically I had to stick my whole head in here with all the glue fumes, so I blame that. something that I always find painful is lining up through holes with these rib nuts, because it's just hard to get the holes lined up exactly right. So what I'm going to do here is screw in all the screws into the rib nuts. And then I'm going to hold this just roughly where we want it to sit. And then I'll go with a hammer. And we're going to hit everywhere where there's a screw. And I don't know if you can see that, but you've got a nice indent in the wood where you want your through hole now.